Episode 13.
Very good.
Hell to play, you got hell to play. What's happening?
Yes, sir. Hell to play, episode 13 in your ass.
Just reminds me, there's some video on Facebook cruising around of some fucking band. They must have somehow been connected to Chicago or Milwaukee. But he's like, this dude is trying to imitate Kurt Cobain, and he's just doing a fucking awful job, and the rest of the bandmates are just looking at him. They're playing in like Sirius XM studios, and they're just looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's just like, he just like, dude, just constant. Oh, it's brutal. That's just what made me think of that.
Oh, started stabbing the kick drum with his guitar, and they're like, dude, we can't afford that.
We're only in Sirius XM here, man. We're not big time.
All right, let's start this hour. I like your idea of starting the episode off with 30 seconds of triggering Brandon Lamp.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we can do that. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can start right now. Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson is a fucking shill, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. The Earth is definitely flat. Just go around the table. Just say something.
Brandon just gets mad at everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yep.
Say whatever.
What do you think about
9/11 fake? 9/11 was inside job. Fuck.
Dude, did
That's
you
it.
listen to like Tripoli get triggered on that John Benet Ramsey episode?
Yeah, the end. Well, dude, she got really weird when she said like the towers were empty.
Well, yeah, her thing, I can't remember her name. Dude, she was like, well, basically her whole
forbidden
take on
knowledge.
everything
At
was,
forbidden knowledge, or no, not forbidden knowledge. I forget what her Instagram or Twitter account is, but I started following her.
Yeah, dude, I kind of want to check it out too. But like, her whole take was basically like, well, I think John Benet Ramsey was fake. Epstein was fake. The Podesta brothers are not real.
Yeah,
and nobody died on 9/11.
Yeah,
like, it was like, oh my god, like what?
Yeah,
lady,
dude, he did. He definitely did. Like at first, he was like, "Oh, I'm open to anything. We're on to have anybody." But by the end, he realized he had to backtrack and be like, "Listen, I'm not into that." He had to really.
You're a very nice person. I reached out to you. She wasn't begging to be on here. Basically, like, lady, you're fucking nuts. Like,
she said the Twin Towers had been empty since '93, and she said since the first the terrorist attack, and I was like, a lot of things I'll get on board with, but I was like, I personally know at least one person who has been in the Twin Towers since 1993. I was like, that I can't. I'll get on board with a lot of fucked up shit, but that one I'm not gonna get on board with.
TDK would not appreciate
he
that
would,
statement.
dude. He would have been more pissed off at that statement than he was at my New Amsterdam vodka gin statement. He'd been more pissed off about Twin Towers being empty.
Absolutely,
he would have fucking lost his gourd.
Right, especially since he was like talking to people that were there.
That was she lost him on that one. But it's not to say that 9/11 was not an inside job. Brandon Lamp.
Oh, sorry, Brand.
Also, we're all microbiologists.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that, but we all know what S proteins are now. So
I listened to Dustin explain S proteins for at least 45 seconds earlier, so I'm pretty sure I'm well versed in the topic.
I could teach biology. I could be a science teacher, I think now.
Yeah, that shit's easy, man. Biology, especially it's pretty much the easiest thing. I learned that basically online, easy peasy.
Chlorophyll, more like borophyll.
Brandon, you have been triggered.
Sorry, Brandon. Thanks for listening, Brandon. Well, we were supposed to have a return guest tonight, but he'll be back soon. Ryan, we'll catch you next time. Ryan Doremus from episode, I don't know, a couple ago.
9-ish,
yeah.
We are looking forward to coming up Friday. We have a return guest. KGB at KGB LLC. Looking forward to getting his point of view on what's going on in the recent times, which I've heard. John, you have a comment you'd like to make on the current affairs of?
Dude, this is just the whole divide and conquer aspect of this entire thing is just like, it's so frustrating, man. You know, like part of me wants to just shut my phone off, just put it away. I'd be much happier. I would be way less stressed. But I can't. I got like FOMO too, you know. Like I want to like stay up on everything, you know. But then you just get so outraged by like just all the fighting and bickering, and you get bullshit on both sides. You know what I mean? That's what's so tough. And now with the people taking to the streets, like the protests going on, and I don't know how I feel about it. I can totally understand people being upset and wanting to get back to work. What I don't understand is, I don't know where I stand on all this, but I certainly don't understand other people calling them out saying, "Oh, you little babies, like you just want to get back to work to make the rich man richer," and shit like that. It's like, do you know how many people have put their blood, sweat, and tears into opening their own business that are worried about losing everything? I mean, it's not a simple conversation, you know what I mean? And I realize, like, I'm not saying one way or the other, but we're all just fighting with each other now, which is exactly what they want.
Exactly.
This is
nail on the head.
This isn't a red blue thing. It's everybody's affected by this in a different way. And this is the other thing about the protesters. It's like, okay, you know, protests. Do whatever you want. If you're fed up, fine, fucking go for it. But what sucks is that now you got dumbasses showing up to what maybe would be like a civil protest with fucking rebel flags and swastikas and, you know.
Really?
Yeah, there was
that happened.
Yeah.
Or
in Texas.
I know, but not here yet.
No, in Texas. But
but
still, that's all it takes.
And, right, that's all it takes.
Okay,
It takes one person.
yeah.
And you know how I know that? Because I've seen it, because that's all the fucking media focuses
Yep.
on. That gives everybody the fodder to say, like, oh, these dumb motherfuckers, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are just fucking fed up. And I'm just saying it's not that simple. You know, I'm not saying what's right and what's wrong, but I can tell you for sure is that there's experts on both ends that have pretty airtight arguments either way, but we're not seeing any debates. And I don't get, like, how many people are just like, yeah, all of a sudden we're supposed to trust the government, trust the police. Asking questions makes you like a dumbass, and you're putting everybody in danger. And
Here's what I find interesting and very coincidental is that these protests pop off, and all of a sudden we've had 2 mass shootings in 2 days. 3 people shot in Austin, Texas 2 days ago, yesterday, and then last night 16 people shot in Nova Scotia by a guy. So I
didn't even hear about either one of those.
Yeah, well, I find it very coincidental that these uprising, you know what, and you know all these fucking quarantine, flatten the curve, you know, I'm not gonna say go fuck yourself, but you know what, if you're gonna protest, that's fine, and if you're gonna exercise your right to protest, by all means do it. I don't have to be there. You know, I'm not worried about anybody. But I find it very coincidental that we didn't have any mass shootings during quarantine because everybody was falling in line, flattening the curve, and then all of a sudden people start to, you know, exercise their constitutional rights, and bam, within 24 hours of doing that, we've got 2 mass shootings. I find that pretty fucking coincidental.
Well, yeah, and you can already like kind of fill in the narrative on both sides on that too, right? Like, well, these people went, or I don't even know the reasons for this, but like, you know, are these just radicals that?
No, I'm gonna fill in your narrative for you, and I think they're trying to the fearmonger even more. They've got people that are finally starting to rise up, and so they put this shit out there. And you know what? I don't have a lot of background on these shootings, but I just think it's far too convenient. I'm just putting this out there that I think it's way too convenient that the protest started, and then all of a sudden we've had the first mass shootings.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, since the quarantine. I just think that I don't like the way that timeline matches up. I don't like that.
Yeah. I was talking to Evan the other day, and like he kind of, I don't know. It feels like the loudest voices are like, you know, the most opinionated, of course. And that's I guess that's kind of what I was saying too. If you just stay off the fucking internet and you just stay off Instagram and Facebook, like that's just people camping out, just looking for fights and arguments and shit. And it's like, I mean, if we all just minded our own business in our own community, and you know, which it's been pretty civil. You know, I mean, everybody's, you know, wear your mask, wear your gloves, do whatever you need to do to make you feel good. But things are pretty calm out here, I feel like, you know, like, or at least civil.
In real world America. In real world America, yeah, things are going fine.
But it's all sensationalized.
And simulation, simulation New York City, simulation California, you know, where we only hear about it via the propaganda machine that is the news. Oh yeah, it's chaotic. It's mass chaos. You can't find anything anywhere. Turns out I can walk into any store at any time and find anything that I need. I have never once in this whole thing walked into any store and not been able to get what I need. I was just listening to somebody the other day saying, "Oh, you can't find seeds, you can't find anything." I walked into Home Depot today. Their seed racks were fucking packed. It was packed. I had I had anything I wanted to.
You getting that garden started?
Yeah, I'm getting that garden started, bro. I was out there. I got basically 20 foot by 40 foot plot going. And kudos to my lovely wife for, you know, getting me going on this and putting the, you know, she put the plan together. We got a couple of 4x4 plots, a couple of 4x8 plots, you know, and yeah, we're getting that garden. So I got the soil is ready to go. There's a term for it. Like, I added a bunch of shit to it. There's a term for it. Gardening fans out there, you'll know what's up. But yeah, you know, I've always listened to people with gardens for years, you know. Shouts out to Russ and Becky Ludwig, you know, and they, you know, Russ always talking about his garden and shit, and I was always kind of like, yeah, that's cool, man. I'll just go buy my shit at the store. I don't give a shit. And now, you know, now I'm like, you know what? I think you guys are out into something with the garden, man.
Well, that is true too, man. Like, I always thought, like, you know, you put all this work into doing your own thing when you could just go to, well, there's so many farmers markets around us that you just like scoop up all your shit. But like, sure. Are farmers markets even going to be allowed? That's okay. So Wisconsin just got pushed back to May 26th since the last time we got together. I think our shelter in place. When New York is May 15th, but I was prepared for that. Yeah.
May 15th.
New York is May 15th. We're 11 days past that for some reason. But
yeah, you know, there's a lot of people here.
Dude, I was like, I knew it was coming. You know, like, I knew it was going to get pushed back. I knew it was going to be longer than April 30th or April 24th or whatever it was.
24th,
like, I knew it was going to get pushed back. But once it did, of course I was pissed and just confused. And it's like, dude, if anybody's not freaking out about this, and I always also like to know the people that are so outspoken about, like, just sit the fuck home. What's so hard about just staying home? Blah, blah, blah. Like, people that are like demonizing people for like getting upset about this. Are you working? Like, are these people working?
Yes,
like,
everybody who, yes, because you know what? They're all nurses. They're all nurses and people that have jobs and people who work from home.
Or have office jobs working from home. Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. This is, of course it's frustrating. And like,
if I get shamed for wanting my constitutional rights by another nurse on Facebook, I'm going to lose my shit. Like, that's all Facebook is. Like, and you're right, man. I need to get off of that. It's just shaming. That's all it is. It's like, flatten the curve. What curve? Mm-hmm. What motherfucking curve?
And they personally like set up controversy with, like, if you follow like right-wing pages, they'll just spam left-wing pages on like your explore page or whatever.
Dude, and it's just like, and you're 100% right about the people that are telling people to stay home are the people that aren't affected by this. They're actually benefiting from this because they're working from home now. They're working from home, and you know what? And I had a thought the other day. I was like, I had two thoughts the other day, and those are the only two thoughts I had for that entire day. Was first of all, I think you're going to see a lot of office space for lease signs up, because I think a lot of businesses are going to realize that they don't need the infrastructure. They don't have to have the tangible buildings. They can get away with people working from home.
We kind of talked about that.
And it's going to kind of destroy. Not only are you going to see a lot of businesses close, but you're going to see a lot of office spaces empty, and like downtowns and stuff like that are going to start crumbling, man, because they're not going to be. There's not going to be anything there. You're going to have your big Walmart on the outskirts of the town, and downtown is going to crumble, just like how a lot of times a bypass will crush a downtown, you know?
Well, that's basically what Walmart's been doing to downtowns for a long ass time already, and it's that is what's being pushed on us. Just like, well, why do you need to go? Why do you need to go to all these different stores? You can get everything you need right here at Walmart. Or you can get everything you need right here at Home Depot.
Same,
you know?
Yeah.
But or like, why do you need like the niche store? It's so unnecessary. People with boutiques or like hair salons or whatever. Well, if you don't have to go outside, why do you need to get your hair cut?
Yeah.
Maybe there'll just be like this push for like VR and shit where you just update your avatar and shit like that. I guarantee it, man. Like, because that's what's being pushed on us too. The Zoom parties, like, and why do you guys need to get together? Why do you need to get together with your family in person? Mm-hmm. You guys can just get together on Zoom. You can get as many people as you want. It's the same thing. Why do you need to actually get together? Come on, people. Let's be safe. Like, fuck that. Zoom is not a suitable replacement for human interaction. I fucking hate it, dude. I wish more people were completely rejecting it. Because how about pick up the fucking phone? Like, maybe we can do that. Even that's more intimate, I feel like, than the Zoom bullshit. I don't know, man. Yeah, there's just something off about it, and just something so fucking creepy about it. Am I alone on that?
No,
what I'm saying?
Like, we'll do Whitney. Well, on that Tim Dillon pod with Whitney Webb that you guys are going to listen to tomorrow. She talked about the government wanting to get rid of what they call legacy systems, basically shopping.
This was all I listened to is that little clip. So
you did? Yeah, okay, yeah, that was a huge part of it. So basically, going shopping, all the way to like owning your own car. They want to get rid of those. They want basically automated ride system, so they know where everybody's going at all times. They know what groceries you're ordering. They'll know everything about you because China.
This is Agenda 21, right?
Basically, yeah. Because China is already doing this, and they feel to keep up with China, we need to do this. We need to instill this.
They actually want to. I think she used the term leapfrog. Oh, what? You want to answer that?
I'll answer it.
Put him on the spot. See what happens.
Yo, what's up, man?
That's the guy that responded on the YouTube.
Oh, right on. Hey, dude, we're doing a pod right now. You want to hop on real quick? He's unprepared.
Oh, come on, man! Just spit some heat.
It's a potpourri. So
throw him on speaker.
Cool.
See if he can at least trigger Brandon a little bit.
All right, thanks a lot, Al. Yep, bye.
Probably chop that up, but
yeah, we should probably take that
homework.
Damn, I wish you would have. Yeah, because I wanted when I was talking to him earlier, some documents I wanted him to send me, but damn, I wish he would have. Dude, that's a. You'll never have that, a 5-minute conversation with Al. Like,
yeah, well done. You kind of.
Dude, he
respected the podcast.
One time he said, "Yeah, you got 10 minutes to talk." Yeah, okay. Hour 45 later, like,
dude, like, and then he gets on the phone and he's like, "All right, I gotta go. I have a to-go order waiting for me here at Chili's in the parking lot for 2 hours."
He can't afford Chili's. Oh, he's broke as fuck.
All right, we'll take that out from like 18.
So where were we at? Where were we at when we started that?
We were talking about Whitney Webb. Talking about smart cities.
The falling in line with China, like doing the same thing that China does.
I was gonna say, I believe she used the term, we want to, the U.S. wants to leapfrog China in like this race for AI.
Why do you think U.S. wants to mimic China?
Because they think that China is succeeding in, like, you know, they've become this
powerhouse,
this superpower in a short amount of time. And they just see it as like, so, you know, the U.S., I mean, in the grand scheme of things, the U.S. became a superpower in a very short amount of time. But China is doing it in even a shorter amount of time. So they're like, I just think they see, like, they're running a marathon, but they see the sprinter coming up in their rearview mirror. And they're like, fuck, you know, like, this dude's going to catch us. They're obviously doing something right. We need to figure out and fall in line with what they're doing.
And China doesn't have constitutional rights.
Bingo.
So we have more freedom and we have those rights to stand behind while they don't. So
right, and we did until COVID-19.
Yeah.
And
China has zero care for human life.
They literally have propagandists running their media. The media is government run. And you can get arrested and jailed for posting the wrong thing online. Whereas, you know, here you might get a strike on YouTube. A strike in China equals 10 years in jail. Like,
and
that's
a strike in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, and possibly just disappearing. That's what a strike in China means. So that's why, you know, I wouldn't be, if we were in China right now, I don't think a lot of people would take the risk of getting together to have a government dissenting podcast talking about how, you know, Xi is fucking their world up. And you know what's funny is that I just heard the other day they arrested 3 leaders of the Democratic protests in Hong Kong. So how convenient is that they got thousands of people off the streets so that they can then just go ahead and pluck who they need to out of their homes. You know, it'd be a lot harder to pick them out of the street with thousands of people there watching. But when you get everybody off the streets and then you just go ahead and, so yeah, they had arrested 3 leaders.
Keep that 6-foot distance. Facial recognition works a lot better.
Yeah, that's such a great point.
Dude,
yeah,
that is nuts. So there's like,
yeah, there you are,
Mr. Funny Man, with your sign. You were sounding pretty tough out there with all your buddies,
right,
dude?
Right.
Yikes!
Will cities just collapse if everyone can get everything? Is there going to be a need to have a downtown? Dude, go to the coffee shop. I don't know. You have a nice espresso machine at home. From Amazon.
That's already been like a big thing, is people protesting them even like having a Walmart built in your town.
Yeah.
You know, or support local businesses. You know, I mean that's been a thing for a long ass time, because it destroys any kind of culture.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. I mean, It's just nuts. I mean, look at Watertown is a great example of that, you know? Like
they're trying to rejuvenate their downtown, but the downtown is just dead.
Dude, it all just disappeared when you build a fucking super center way out on the...
out of town. Yeah.
What if Walmart's just bought downtowns and it was just like... they just converted all the buildings to just one big store? So Walmart on one side and... I don't know what would be
They got Sam's Club. You'd have Walmart on one side, Sam's Club for the bulk shoppers on the other side.
Yeah, there we reinvigorated your downtown.
Yeah. Well, my theory is like they'll collapse. You know, the fact that, you know, you can't go hike in a state park right now, or you can't go canoeing, but you know you can pack in nuts to butts at a fucking Walmart. That's okay. I mean, dude, I think like their goal is to kind of collapse small businesses, and Walmart will be the one-stop shop with there'll be a food court in every Walmart. It'll be literally where you go to do anything. You'll get your hair cut at a Walmart, which they already exist. You know, food courts, which they already have. They got Subways and shit there. Like, they're already pretty much set up.
I think Walmart will have their like own like haircut salon brand, so then it makes it seem like it's something special and local when it really isn't.
Their own Vidal Sassoon.
That is the goal, or that's what's happening right now. They're funneling us into only the essential. And it's funny, like outside of a grocery store where everybody needs to eat, it's funny that the other stores that are deemed essential are giganto corporations, you know, like Target's open, Home Depot's open. You know,
aren't we looking?
Dude, fucking Office Max is open.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are we or are we not looking at this completely backwards? Like, I tend to believe that we as a people came up without Walmart. And for us to say that Walmart is essential in all the small businesses that have existed since, you know, we became an industrialized population are non-essential. I'm pretty sure that we're completely backwards on this, and we're allowing them to dictate how they shape the future. And I heard a great point the other day that said, you know, we look at this from a top-down savior. So we look for people are looking for, like, Bernie Sanders is going to save us. Donald Trump is going to save us. Tulsi Gabbard's going to save us. Why don't we just save ourselves? Why don't we look at it from the ground up? Why don't we save ourselves?
Right.
And by them saying that, oh, you can only go to Walmart, only go to this place, we're screwing ourselves, man. Like,
yeah, dude, and you're absolutely right. And it's
hell to play.
I think you're right about that, Jackson.
It really is.
It is. Would you like to elaborate on that?
No. Keep on going. Dude, I was just saying that.
No, I think you're right, though, man. No, I think you're right. I could see that. I
didn't mean to interrupt. I was just... It's true.
I just didn't know if that was like something you'd kind of been contemplating, but no, that's
right.
Deep. That's deep.
That's good.
But, yeah, you're right, man. I mean, and real quick, why the fuck hasn't there been like a crazy, just surge of deaths in I don't know, through like UPS, through Walmart, through the grocery stores? Why aren't there just grocery clerks just dropping dead every
Yep.
Like that's what's. And again, if you need to wear a mask and gloves at the grocery store to feel good, go ahead. I know some places, I think Pennsylvania, I think you have to wear a mask.
A lot of places are.
But there's something a little weird about, and again, I don't know, you can take this a couple different ways, but you got, a lot of the times you got someone who is completely unhealthy, which is maybe why they're wearing the mask and gloves, but it doesn't matter. You're wearing the mask and gloves. We were talking about the guy blowing his nose, and they're walking right past the guy who's stocking the shelves that's there all day wearing no mask and no gloves. The 16-year-old kid that's filling the shelves, he's not protected at all. So now is that the grocery store not taking this virus seriously, or they just don't care about their employees, or what's going on here? Because obviously, are they putting this kid in harm's way? I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here. Like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd like to dude, your point about the essential worker, like, why the essential, basically, if they said that this thing was as rampant as it should be, the essential workforce should already be cut down by like 80%, because we've been going about our daily lives.
Being an essential worker for a giant ass company, I've heard nothing about actually, I don't know if there's any I should probably look that up. I would think we'd be told about that if there was like, UPS deaths or drivers that are going to multiple homes, or, stuck in a vessel driving around all day with, in a basically a petri dish full of,
because apparently they can hang out on they can hang out on cardboard for 18 hours or whatever the hell it is. They just nestle up.
This shit sucks, man, because it's like, are we trying to be dicks here? No, I'm not being a dick. I don't get it. There's so much but you raise these questions, and that's how divisive or polarizing this conversation is now. You know, it's frustrating.
Why do people default to defend Corona? Why is not everybody, but why is so many people's reaction default to defend Corona? Why aren't we again, like, questioning Corona? Why isn't everybody saying, wait, what? Prove to me that this is bad. Don't give me numbers. Don't give me bullshit. Don't give me fear-mongering. Show me that this is bad.
The media has successfully made it a red versus blue.
Operation Mockingbird is a complete success. Complete success.
The numbers don't even reflect that it's bad at all.
Right, well, they're if you die in a car accident and you're positive for COVID-19, you died of Corona. Bam. That's how they inflate the numbers that they failed to reach.
Yes, and that is not bullshit. They've said that. That is admitted. That's true.
Yeah, Brandon, that's one thing that you can't dispute and get triggered on, okay?
Yeah. This was a tweet by Sam Tripoli that I threw up on our Instagram at Hell to Play Podcast on Instagram.
At Hell to Play Podcast.
But the 2015 social justice warriors were like, the U.S. government is racist. We've got to stop police brutality. My body, my choice. And in 2020, they are saying, trust the government. They know what they're doing. Listen to the police. They're only trying to help. Mandatory vaccines. Please, please, please. Like,
wow.
That's another, like,
how quickly we forget.
I don't understand why where all this trust in the government is coming from. I don't understand.
Yeah, when have they given you a reason to trust them ever? When has a president or any elected official followed through on anything that they've done? But that's okay.
Well, and that's what's really sad now about the guy that owns a restaurant that just wants to say, well, there's that dude from Jackson's Blue Ribbon Pub in Milwaukee or whatever that's just saying, fuck it, May 1st, I'm opening. Again, I'm not taking sides here, but this guy is getting crucified.
He's
he?
Like, I haven't seen it.
He's like, I closed my business 2 weeks early. I didn't get any praise for that. Like 2 weeks before everybody else, he's like, enough's enough. Like, fuck it. I don't know. A part of me owning my own business, I have a heart for the guy. Like, okay, well, he probably doesn't, he probably put everything he has into this, and maybe he didn't. I don't know this guy. But let's just say someone in his shoes, because there's a shitload of them. There's a lot of private businesses that are probably freaking out about completely going under right now, and they're just supposed to sit on their hands and just wait for it all to just fail.
Yeah, if every single local business just started opening up, there's nothing they could do about it. Like, we're the people. Like, we can enforce what we want if we really all came together.
That's the problem. And we all need to come together.
So, and this is what would happen. You open up, and who's going to come to okay, Jackson, you're going to open up your restaurant. You're saying, fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm opening it up. Now, who's going to come to your restaurant? The people that are willing to go outside and, the people that also aren't scared and also want to exercise their freedom to go out for a beer or, go out for dinner. Mm-hmm. And it's funny. It's like, if everybody wants, if all the people that oppose this view want to boycott that, well, of course they're going to do that. Like, right now, everybody is boycotting small businesses, and that's another thing about just forcing everything into the hands of like the big corporations. Is I know I've said it before, but a lot of these restaurants and bars and everything, like, they're barely making their bottom line. I mean,
on a good day.
Yeah.
On a regular day.
They're paying rent on a giant-ass dining room that they can't use. They have, all their liquor sales. They're not making money off of that. I mean, they're staying open. Hopefully they're making enough to, like, they've already had to lay off their wait staff and everything else. Like, how much longer can you sustain that before it all just crumbles? But who's thriving? Fucking drive-thrus, food
McDonald's, Walmart, fucking the big guys.
Food that's kind of like meant to be taken out anyways. You know what I mean? So maybe, I don't know. Like, what do you do? Do you just say fuck it and we're just gonna see like 1 billion fucking food trucks? Like, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be dope. That would be dope as fuck. Every time I drive by the fucking food truck in Oconomowoc, that little spot, I'm just like, God, I want to stop and spend $1,000. I got something for you. Now, I don't want to be divisive, but I always am. This would be a dope thing after like everything gets opened. If everything gets opened up, if you want to go into a restaurant, a small, local bar, local supper club, you have to show your Facebook feed from March 3rd or from February through April and prove that you didn't say stay the fuck home. Because I would be like, if I owned a restaurant and somebody came in and they showed me that they were saying stay home, go fuck it, I'd be like, hey, who's essential now, motherfucker? Get out. Get to step and go get your old fashioned and your fried cod somewhere else, you piece of shit.
Like, fine, I'll go over to Culver's where I've been going for the. I don't know.
I just think that this is kind of this is pitting us against ourselves, like we said. We're pitting us against ourselves. Everybody's like support local. You know what? By keeping the government shut down, you are not supporting local. And the hell if you're going to take out every day or whatever, like you're not supporting local, because so what if you took that one selfie of that one meal that you went and got? That's not everybody else that's going to sit at that bar, to sit in that restaurant and support that business. It's
so tough now too, because you gotta. I mean, I know personally, it's like. We used to love going out to eat. Like now, we don't know how long this is going to last. Like we got to I would love to go and support every small business. We're cooking a lot at home. Grace loves to cook. I was supposed to show a great fucking meal tonight. She did flatbread, ribeye, leftover ribeye. But we did it like a flatbread with a little horseradish cream sauce on top. I don't know. She did some crazy shit.
You act like you didn't eat it.
Dude, it was so good.
I ate it. It's really
You're
good.
Oh, what? That sounds good. I think I'll have some.
Not only did he make it, but when he walked into the kitchen and saw it, he made like a bunch of weird noises. He was like, remember that? I don't know why he did that.
Oh my god.
I was excited too. I mean, it just happened.
Really?
I was excited too. I mean, I think I shared in that with you a little bit. What? What's wrong? Did that not happen?
Was that not you?
I'm a little on the spectrum, so.
All right.
Joking.
Well,
hey, at least you could. Hey.
No, I'm just fucking with you. No, I was excited about that, and it was tasty. So.
It was super good. But so not as many people are going out either, and you know what fucking blows is who wants to spend like $30 a plate? Not saying the food's not delicious, but when it sits in fucking styrofoam for 15 minutes before you get home to like eat it, it's like, god damn it! Like I'm trying to support the business, but if you don't know like when the money's gonna start flowing in again, why are you just gonna go blow it? I mean,
yeah.
Well, that really shouldn't be, and that's okay. I get my little UPS update in here. Like everybody just got their $1,200 stimulus checks, just like I said. We're supposed to have just a fucking insane week, forecasted like thousands of pieces more this week, which totally makes sense. And I'm in like a small hub, but like that's what's happening.
Did you have it? Did you have the extra?
Starting tomorrow, it's supposed to pop off tomorrow. Crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Their money last week.
I'm still refraining from Amazon purchases, dude. There's a lot of purchases I've been wanting to make, and I'm refraining, man. So, you know what? I'm doing my part.
Yeah. Man, I feel like I lost my train of thought earlier. Like I had another one. I started talking about that fucking flatbread, but it was so good.
Good food will do that to you. You were talking about the expensive food. You talked about that.
Well,
yeah, people.
I guess the whole point here is like how everything's getting funneled into like these big ass companies that are meant for it, and that's. I'm just wondering how much longer this is gonna go. People are already pissed that. Okay, it got at first the deadline was April 24th. Then as soon as it got extended and people were bitching about it, and it got extended. by another month. Like, why is it bad to be upset about that? Like, because
that's a great point.
To say, like, would you fucking babies calm down? Like, just stay at home. How hard is it to stay home? It's like, well, if you have a lot of shit invested in a building that's not bringing in any money and it's just bleeding you dry of all your savings, like, you don't have a right to be pissed and ask questions. Like, are you fucking stupid? Like, is it that hard to think about people that are in that situation? If you're working from home or you're an essential worker, or maybe even, let's just say maybe even, you have one full-time income coming in, like, there's a lot of people. I'm sure there's households that lost everything. Lost all their income temporarily.
Let me throw 2 completely hypocritical examples at you. One person I've seen on Facebook being very vocal about staying at home. They are a small business owner, but they are also propped up by their spouse. So they're a small business owner, so their business is hurting. It is closed, but so they can say, oh well, my business is shut down, but their business is basically just propped up by their spouse's income. Like,
so it's kind of a
hobby business. Yeah, I mean it makes money, I assume, but yeah, it's the breadwinner is the spouse. So
who's still working?
Correct.
Still got all that coming in.
Correct. So
yeah, they might actually be saving money by that story.
That's quite possible. Yeah, that's quite possible. Yeah, which is I see those posts and I'm just like, get out of here.
Well, why does everybody feel like they have to weigh in? Like if that, like, why do you got to weigh in on that? If that's your situation, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Like, just shut up.
Yep.
It's so insensitive. You know?
Yeah, and then here's another one. No, here's another one. And this is hypocrisy. So there's another person who has been posting daily, like, quarantine is great, posting Zoom conferences, posting Zoom work meetups, posting Zoom friend things.
Look, I'm doing everything they told me to. I'm doing it all.
Daily
fun.
Quarantine workouts, all this stuff. This person just the other day took off for a solo road trip across America.
What the fuck?
Like, if that isn't the most anti-fucking quarantine thing I've ever heard. Like, let's get real, people. Like, just, like, how about you self-actualize a little bit and just understand?
People are getting pissed if you own a vacation property in, like, the same state. They don't want you going there.
Yeah. Like, they broke up, like, you heard about, like, what was it, was it Cuomo or was it the Florida governor who said they broke up a bunch of people because they're like, yeah, we saw out-of-state plates. We saw, we knew that there was something going on. We had to take control or whatever. Like, so, like, they're fucking, like...
Well, someone in my neighborhood, I just told you this, said that they've gotten pulled over by police twice asking where they were going and why they weren't adhering to the safer at home policy. Now, that is the first I've heard of that happening at all. I even got you said you have a badge. I have like a shitty piece of photocopied paper that UPS gave me to like say that I'm an essential worker or whatever, but I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen. To be honest, I really haven't seen cops pulling anybody over.
To be honest, the 2 cops we saw on our way over here were the first 2 cops I've probably seen in 2 weeks. It's really weird. And like I said, I know people who are driving to work going $110 on 151 because there's no cops around.
Yeah, does part of you wonder if, like, are they supposed to be just standing down right now, kind of being a little more lax, or what is going on there?
Dude, so do you okay, so that's a great question. So do you think this dragging people out of places, chasing a guy on a fucking out on a canoe or whatever, like, do you think that's all sensationalized and not real and
could
put
be.
on?
Very well could be.
Like, because, or dude, are we living in this fucking Midwest bubble? What is going on, man?
Very possible.
Dude, I don't know, man.
I've said that from the get-go, though, dude. If you're in a city right now, it's got to be a completely different story. Especially if you're in like a mega city. I would say that. Well, I mean, we were talking to Chris, but that's even a different. LA is a different layout than like New York, right. Where you're stacked on top of each other.
But even what Chris said did not line up with the mainstream narrative of it's complete lockdown chaos here.
He's like, not at all.
He's like, we're all kicking it, having a good time. Nobody's giving a shit. Like they're like, it's chaos out here. Gavin Newsom's like, oh my god, dude. He's like, when Elon Musk promised all those ventilators, he's like, Elon Musk hasn't sent these ventilators, and Elon Musk is like, false. I actually did send the ventilators. They're CPAP machines, which are non-invasive ventilators. They're actually changing them right now to invasive ventilators. How about you get your shit straight, CNN? Dude, Elon Musk literally said CNN should not be in business.
Well,
so sorry, I went on a little rant.
No, but that's. I was just gonna say, like, you might be right. Everything that we're seeing, that's, sensationalized, like you said. Like maybe everything we're seeing is Anderson Cooper standing waist high in the water, while the camera guys are like
kneeling,
not in the ditch. Yeah.
Anderson Vanderbilt, you mean?
Right. Sorry about that. Yeah. I mean, the media's been caught lying. There was that whole thing. You cannot, this is all fucking fact. Just like that Italian hospital clip or whatever that they said was a New York hospital, and it was like an old ass clip that they reused the clips. Like
they did it twice. They did it twice. They did that with another one in Pennsylvania. They use false clips twice.
So I'm not saying that they're always lying or they're lying every time, but they've been busted lying. So it's okay to be skeptical, I would say, know? But it's so tough because, and I guess all I'm doing too, like this entire conversation that we have, I'm just buying into like the hatred and controversy and the arguing that's going on by bringing it up. You know what I mean? If I would just shut the fucking phone off, because like I don't care about what these people are saying, the people I'm talking about, like. And when I am going on like social media, I'm kind of like following these certain accounts. Maybe I'd be better off not knowing that shit either. Maybe I'd be better off just like hanging out with my family and not putting my head in the sand, but just, just kind of going day by day. But I feel like we're being fucked with, and having a business that is closed because of all this and just like playing this waiting game, you do have to pay attention, right? I guess I'm just disappointed in how many people are just so hard-lined one way or the other, and instead of maybe asking questions and, you don't even have to say like, this is fucking bullshit, fuck the government. Like, it doesn't have to be like that, but I don't think people, our anger is getting directed at each other instead of getting some real answers and some real reasons. It's frustrating that when Tony Evers puts out a his emergency order or extends it or whatever, that
how about the Badger Bounce Pack plan? Have you heard that?
No, I haven't. Oh,
that's the comeback to whatever. No, go ahead.
He doesn't even talk to you like you're a person. I mean, it just seems so impersonal that like, and it's just like this career politician horse shit of like, I believe in the resilience of the people of Wisconsin. It's like,
yeah. Well, when you look,
thanks.
Well, when you look at it, and like Nancy Pelosi's been a politician for 32 years, Chuck Schumer's been a politician for 36 years, Joe Biden's been a politician for 42 years, and they're like, "Oh, we'll get it right this time." We'll get it right this time. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about that. Like 42 years you've been a politician, and I'd have to say, not being a poli-sci major in college, I'd have to say shit's still fucked.
Yes,
you haven't done anything.
Speaking of Biden, did you see that Trump video I sent you from Trump?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That is great.
You got to put a link to that. You got to put a link to that.
Oh, that
Sorry.
is the greatest thing I've
go
seen
for it. I'm gonna.
in a while.
I gotta make a phone call. I think the power just went out on our block. Grace just tried calling me, and I just got a got a text from like the neighborhood. So,
Great, here it goes.
I'll be
Oh,
BRB,
no.
you guys.
BLB. Oh, here we go.
Oh, internet?
We got a
Really, dog? That's crazy.
Damn. Oh, dude, you're full.
Now they're just
Now quarantine's gonna get real.
Is the grid shutting down?
Dude, off the you're truly off the grid.
Shit.
Dude, what I was gonna say about, I think the divisiveness between people is what truly disappoints me in this whole thing. Is that we are the ones basically getting attacked, and yet we still decide to fight each other.
Yeah, we're just supposed to take it.
Yeah,
we're supposed to sit here and
take it. Not only are we taking it, but we're fighting for the scraps.
Yep.
You know, like we're locked in our own homes.
We're not even getting like a little like hint as of what's to come next and how the economy's gonna bounce back. How
they said they're like we'll get back to you in 30 days, and they were like okay, talk to you in 30, and they're like 25 days later like oh no. Look
about how many like 401ks are just ruined.
Oh,
right
dude,
now.
there's people that are going to be
people that are supposed to retire.
Yeah, there's people that like, oh, I'll retire in 3 years, and that's done. That's out the window, man.
Dude, I don't.
I look at myself as like, dude, I'm basically in a prison work release program. Because if you think about it, I literally have the same freedoms as somebody that's in prison work release. Like, I leave my house, which I have to stay at, and I go to work, and then I go back to my house, which I'm told I have to stay at.
Yep.
And that's no different. Like,
maybe they'll try to have that be the new normal.
Oh, a lot of the stuff that's going on right now is going to become the new normal.
Yep.
I don't care what Trump says. He said no, this will not be the new normal. He made a point of saying that last week. I was like, dude, shut up, man. They're gonna push this and try. And what's every time somebody says like, oh, this is successful, this is going well, everybody loves Zoom. It's like you're putting an extra nail in your coffin by saying that this is going well, or by saying
exactly.
Like every time we accept something with this, we are just putting another nail in our coffin, man. And
true, just dehumanizing the people.
Right, we're accepting the martial law. This is a self-imposed martial law without guns, and this could be a beta test for something bigger later. You know, they're already saying that, you know, it's gonna pop back. You know, Fauci is saying that it's gonna pop back up in the fall. Like, give me a break, man. How did the Ebola vaccine that you fucked up on go for you, man? Dude, yeah, Fauci's been a shill since HIV, dude.
Did you talk about how there's like 3 phases of a virus, and the second phase is, or the third phase?
No,
the most deadliest?
Yeah. So like with Spanish flu, there were 3, basically, 3 phases, 3 waves.
Yeah, waves.
3 waves, and the second wave of the Spanish flu is the most deadly.
Okay.
And that's the one problem I have with these protests, is that we're feeding right into them. We're just basically giving them the key to saying that, oh, because of those protests, there was a spike in COVID. You know, so that's one of the. Because I am 100% for people exercising their rights. I love to see it. But the problem is that we're giving them the fodder. We're giving them the ammunition.
What is the right way to go about that, though? Like, to
the protest?
Like, protest with their guidelines in place? Like, everybody stand 6 feet away from each other? Like, everybody have a 6-foot bubble around them? So protesting as in gathering, but play by their... I mean, they'd still...
Yeah,
I guess they
actually, if you use
it's
their
supposed
rules,
to be less than 10 people and all that shit though too. So I don't know. What do you have?
Well,
you do put like groups of 10 of these weird bubbles. Like,
yeah,
you're right though. I mean, they're totally playing into it. And then I just gotta get one more thing in about that protest, dude. And of course, the media just shines a light on like the fucking morons. But like some chick with like messy hair holding up a sign that says, "I need a haircut." Like, ha 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 ha. Dude, good one, you fucking idiot. Like, what? Why would you even do that?
That takes all credibility away from.
Exactly. Like, okay, now you're making everybody look like this is just a joke. You know,
Yep.
No, this is serious. Like, what? Keep your dumb ass at home. You know, like what the fuck?
Yeah, that gives. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, like I like to see people exercising their rights, but I hate knowing that they're going to use this against us.
Well, they've pretty much flat out said, and isn't this like, I believe this goes right in step with Event 201 and everything too, that like there is going to be a second wave of this. They're already telling us there's going to be a second wave of this, like in the fall, and it's going to be just as bad or worse or whatever. So what the fuck do you do if you have a restaurant or something? Like, do you just hang it up now? I doubt anybody can survive a second round of this. Like, say, okay, and how are they going to roll this back out? You know, like how are they?
Oh, the Badger bounce back.
Yeah, can you explain that?
No, I don't. I just saw he just literally came out with it today, so I didn't read about it.
I'm sure the marketing team that came up with that was.
Well, here's the Badger bounce back for you right now. Just a local business around us that just a local business around us that just called in for relief. Nope, the coffers are dry. There's no money left for small businesses right now, so we can't help you. So that's where they're at with helping people out.
Oh, okay.
We don't have any money.
All right, good to know. I'm fucked in that regard. That's good.
So yeah, they're not helping anybody out right now. Yep.
All right, never mind, dude. I don't have a charger here.
It's all right.
Yeah, I think that's total horseshit.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as the amount of people, you know, because they rolled that down so quick when we were first talking about this, 6 weeks ago, how it went from like crowds less than 1,000, and then like the next day it was like 500, and then it was like 50, and then 10. It went so fast. So how do you roll this back out? Like, if you have I just keep using restaurants because that's the best example. Because those are privately owned small businesses that have a super it's like I think there's a lot of people that own restaurants that bust their ass, and they're not just rolling in dough, like they do it because they love it and they've been doing it forever. Like, so are we just supposed to tell these people like, too bad, so sad, sorry? I mean, maybe, I guess, if this is really this fucking serious, but instead they've just been told basically to hang on. If you just said like, no, we can't do restaurants anymore. Just it's going to be 18 months before you can even have anybody in your dining room, then a lot of people would probably just close, And I mean, not that that's the right thing to do, but like this is almost worse. You're bleeding these people dry because they're just hanging on. The money's going out the door. Nothing's coming in. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, so now, of course they're itching to like get open again so they can make some fucking money because they have bills outside, their personal finances outside of their business. They might even, it might be close, maybe even cutting it right now. And then if you're only opening and, okay, you can have, all right, you have this amount of square footage, you can have this many tables, but they have to be this far apart and only 2 people at each one. Okay, like, that's a start. And then the second wave hits in the fall and you have to shut down again. I mean, you aren't you? You're just totally screwed.
Oh yeah, there's already people saying, "Oh, they're setting us up for a second wave," and
Oh, they've been saying it like since the fucking this all just started. They've been saying, "Nope, there's gonna be a second. There's gonna be a second wave of this, and it's gonna be even worse." Like, okay, well then why don't we shut everything down? And then another thing is too, by keeping everybody now just separate and quarantined, and you've shrunk your social circle and everything, as soon as you do have your first like mass gathering, or even if it's 100 people or 500 people, which I mean I think that's a long fucking ways off, but aren't all these people that have not been exposed to anything going to catch like every fucking little bug and stuff that they haven't been exposed to because they've just been hanging out with,
Can I just read a little bit? Because I don't
know what happened here.
I'm looking at the Badger bounce back plan right now.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm trying to wrap my fucking head around this thing. So there's an overview of 3 phases of Badger bounce back, and I just want to give you a quick little rundown. So it's just this chart. There's a chart here. Okay, so that's how I'm reading it. I just want to give you some of the. So you've got the x-axis, which is the action, and then the y-axis. So the x-axis is up and down. Y-axis is. Yep. Okay. So the x-axis is the
longitude
action, and then the y-axis is the phase in which they are in, as far as so right now we are in safer at home phase, quarantine. They call it safer at home, which I hate when they give them the shits those little names. Call it quarantine, or call it martial law. Call it jailed at home. Don't give it a little safe little name so everybody accepts it. Anyways, here's a couple of things, the actions that you can do, part of the bounce back plan. Wash hands often. Well, safer at home, yeah, you should do that.
All right.
Phase 1, yeah, you should do that.
Wait,
Phase
hold on.
2,
Hold
yeah,
on.
you should do that.
Wash
Phase 3, yes.
hands. Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spoiler alert it for you. All of the responses are a yes during all the phases. Safer at home, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 of the bounce back plan. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you these actions that are part of the bounce back plan.
Okay.
Wash hands often, like I said.
Okay, wash hands.
Cover coughs.
Okay, with my hands, right? Cover cough with my hands?
Nope, doesn't say for sure.
Oh.
So
okay.
just cover coughs. Not for sure.
Could I cover my
but if
cough?
you're washing hands often, then you can cover your coughs with your hand.
Could I cover my cough with the mouth of a loved one?
Not specified, but I'm gonna go ahead with a yes.
Okay, all right, got it.
Don't go out if ill.
Okay, wait.
I'm the illest man alive.
Oh, shit. Well,
yeah, you're done for.
It doesn't specify, so sorry.
No,
do not go out.
Okay,
yeah, it does. Yep.
Sucks.
But nope. Here we go. The next one down, I got you covered. Face mask if ill person goes out. So you just gotta wear a face mask all the time.
I can't remember my rep wearing a face mask.
So football helmets are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, face masking penalty should be positive 15 yards. No. Correct?
Right.
So it should be good for a team. If you get face masking, should not be negative.
Maybe I'll just wrap a handkerchief around my mouth with my snot.
Yeah, because we all know handkerchiefs were built to at medical grade, and they protect you.
Okay. Just shove some toilet paper in your nostrils.
Because we know that the only way that diseases are spread is if somebody literally sneezes directly into your mouth. That's the only way you can get it. So a handkerchief is 100%.
Once again, I will repeat myself. I was told by a practicing doctor at urgent care that the only way to get COVID-19 was to get a droplet in your eye or mouth. Again, DM the podcast if you'd like the name of this doctor. I will gladly give it to you.
Hell yeah.
But that's what I was told by a practicing physician.
So I'm just going to go. Then we got one more here. Surface and object cleaning. So I guess, regular hygiene. Yes. So then it just goes on to isolation of positive cases, quarantine of contacts of positive cases, physical distancing to 6 feet when possible. Whoa, hold on a second. I did not read that one. That will only be taken out in phase 3, the last phase of the social distancing. And that is only if... That is just based on reevaluation. They don't say any times or anything.
So they had to get a team of people together to come up with this?
Yep. And then finally, allow gatherings, including religions. They had to say that, including religions. Above 10 to 50 people.
What makes a religion a religion?
Ooh, that's an excellent question.
I think you're picking on the Jedis, Jackson, and that's just not kind.
What about the religion of the dude? The people that follow the Big Lebowski? Like, that's a religion. So yeah, they won't allow gatherings of 10 until.
I guess I'd really want to maybe like now 2. Is the time probably more than ever to listen to some ministers talk about what's going. Like, are you in like direct contact with the big man here? Like what? Yeah. What is happening?
Just don't do it from your car in front of a church, or you'll get a ticket, possibly even arrested. Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Can't do what?
Chattanooga, Tennessee, people on Easter Sunday gathered. They drove up outside the church, and the pastor was giving his sermon with a megaphone, and the cops came in and broke it up and ticketed everybody.
What?
Wow.
No fucking joke, bro. And that happened. I think that actually happened a couple places. They're suing. They are suing.
They better, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lawyer he's got lawsuits against a few places for that, but yeah, there's
a couple churches in Oconomowoc that did that exact thing at the high school, and that was like, but okay.
Like I said, we do live in this goddamn Midwest bubble.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it, man. That's why I'm so dumbfounded by all this, because I just like
maybe that's why we're missing something here. Because
dude, I don't know, man. Like, literally, the only thing that the only way this affected me is it's forced me to spend more time with my family. That's the only, and also I get triggered when I go to a store and I see like a bunch of people wearing masks. I don't like that. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not a fan.
I'm starting to notice like you're getting the dirty looks if you're not wearing the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to Grace's sister lives in Nashville, and she said they do wear masks when they go out, because just for that reason. It's like everybody else is doing it. It's not mandated, but they're just doing it just because, like, otherwise people, I mean, and this is Nashville, so.
And that's how the Nazis managed to kill 6 million Jews.
You know what?
That's exactly it, man. I don't care if that's not apples to apples. It is apples to apples, because it probably started with, hey, don't talk to your Jewish friend. And then it fucking escalated. It's apples. It is apples to apples. It is government control.
It's the same strategies used over and over.
It is exactly the same strategies,
History
man.
repeats itself.
It does. And it's disgusting. And that post, that thing that I put up on the Health to Play, where it said, if you would snitch on your neighbor for breaking quarantine, you would have ratted out Harriet Tubman.
And
Anne Frank.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's a joke, man.
Dude.
No, you can't argue with that.
No,
you can't argue with that.
You can't.
Dude, it's
grim.
It's disgusting, man.
Yeah, dude. Like, but this is the world that we're living in right now. But nobody. I guess I'm thankful to live in this bubble, but it's still like, trying to figure. Like I said, like, I have a business that's closed down, but I can go apply. Should I be going and applying for? There's a lot of there's a lot of places that are hiring right now. Should I be going and doing that since I'm not able to run my business? Do I have to go work for somebody else now? Like, in the meantime, like, I want some that I would like some answers on, because like May 26th, well, that's fine until like, but now you have to worry. The deadline's already been pushed like 3 times,
and originally April 24th was like a drop dead deadline.
Right. So is this a fucking carrot on a stick? Like what is it going to get pushed to June after that? That's what I'm preparing myself for. But I'm the hypocrisy of. I can't run my business, but I can go apply for a job at everywhere is fucking hiring right now.
Yeah.
Like, so do I need to go and get another job in the meantime? Like, just cut, because you just told me that also there is no allocation of funds for like small businesses.
Correct.
So
that's correct. I want to touch on what you said about them moving the deadline. So now, how easy is it? And I think I touched on this once about like a contractor telling you like, oh, the job will be done in 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks later, it's like, oh shit, sorry man, it'll be 4 weeks, it'll be 5 weeks.
Which is not the case if you get your jobs done by Nailed It Roofing and Remodeling.
Hey, see, Nailed It Roofing and Remodeling for all your Lake Country roofing and remodeling needs.
Yes.
So they've been shifting this deadline on us. If they would have told us when they first rolled us out that in February, hey guys, we're not going to open up the country until at least June 1st, do you think the reaction would have been like, okay, we'll go ahead and fucking quarantine?
No,
it wouldn't have.
They know exactly when they're going to open shit up.
Exactly.
They're lying.
They're a contractor behind on their dates.
And that's fine. But like, you're just fucking lying. You can't give it to the people straight because you don't trust the people. You think that they're going to go nuts.
There would have been an uprising if in February they said we're going to shut down the economy until June at best. There would have been an uprising immediately. But they softly rolled it on us and extended it, and they fucked us. Yeah, and you're right. They knew that this wasn't going to happen until at least June.
It's just a psychological tactic. Yeah,
we said June months ago. We said, I know. I said I don't see this happen until June.
Well, 12 to 18 months keeps getting thrown out.
Oh
there
yeah,
too.
they love that 18 months
because the 18 months is like for this vaccine.
Yeah,
7.2 billion people.
Okay, here's a question: vaccine rolls out. What do we do?
I'm not getting it.
Mandatory vaccine rolls out. I'm not.
I
think about this. I think about this.
The mark of the
all
beast.
day. I think about what do I do? What do I do? This microchip. This will be a subdermal tattooed microchip.
Yeah.
Vaccine.
I would rather die, I think, than get the microchip.
I agree,
dude,
man.
I
but
I said that earlier to him. Yeah,
dude, it sucks. And I am
100.
Dude, I just don't want to. You know what sucks is like. If I was by myself, if I was single and didn't have anybody, like I would be like, no doubt about it. But it's like, man, dude, that's where they get you. I'm trapped, man, because I'm not gonna let my family be alone.
Are you compromising your spiritual salvation, possibly? But
according to Larry Johnson, of course I am.
Yeah,
dude, with this how this world's headed, would you even like? I know it sounds cynical. Would you even want to have more kids?
Dude, this gets pretty.
Bringing children in this life.
This gets super duper dark.
Right.
But why are we all scared of death? I mean, we're all gonna die, right?
Dude, if somebody if somebody would have told me that this is what would be happening to me at this point, I wouldn't have had children. Shit, if you would have told me
once again, Jackson, hell to play.
If you'd have told me this in 2010 that this is what was happening, I wouldn't have gotten married. I wouldn't have had kids. I'd have rolled solo because I wouldn't want because the only things that matter like to me more than my life is my family and my friends. So like, and now I have like people that mean more to life than me, more to me than life. It's like. That's where the decisions. Now you can't think about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This is so fucking weird because, and again, so surreal. But this is worldwide. Like there is no escape. Like the plan that's coming down is for every human being alive.
Right. Correct.
That's what's so.
There's no other place you can go.
You can't just grab your bug out kit. Get in your truck and fucking bail.
Yeah, no.
It's not. You can't do that. It's not like you're escaping your state and you're gonna fucking go to western Minnesota and live in the woods. Like you just can't do that.
Nope. You just gotta go roll. If you want to live, you gotta get your patent 060606 vaccine and.
Yep.
Yeah, this is weird, man.
What do you do? What do you do? They not okay.
JFK Jr., if you're listening, are you coming to save us yet, or
dude,
what?
Anytime now. The white rabbit can pop out of the hole anytime. Fuck, dude. What do you do? Like I've been like, what do you do? They show up at your door. like this is obviously worst case scenario, but they show up at your door and say it's time for the mandatory vaccine. What do you do?
What's weird is the thing is who's the they?
Oh, Johnson, get out the prep.
Who is the they? You know, like that's what I have a hard time with too, and same with, you know, police and everything is like who is your fellow man? Like the police officers and the national, are they going to turn on their own people, on their own fellow man? You know,
Dude,
like
that's a great question.
Because I guess it's the people with the artillery that we need to say no. I guess this is a good conversation to have with Zach.
Yeah, we gotta. We do have to get this convo with Zach. But here, I just want to man, damn it, Zach, why aren't you here right now? Like, but if we're not together at all times, and they'll get like, obviously Hitler somehow managed to get the Nazi soldiers to kill their own people, so it can be done. And I think that's easily done by camaraderie of the military. When you got your brother to look out for, and I'm not damning the military, I love the military, like, but if, you know, they've got their brotherhood, so they got each other to look out for. So if they think that there's hostilities coming from a house, they're not going to think of, like, that father of three with two dogs and a wife. They're not going to think of him as that U.S. citizen. They're going to think of him as a threat to their brother, their brother in arms.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he becomes a threat. If they say, like, there's a threat here, that's a threat to me and my brother in arms. Not I'm a threat to, you know, I don't know, man.
Well,
where does it start?
And you might have the, I mean, you know, whatever, like the Soros type plants that are, you know, they're going to stage some people that just go off the rails, and, like, you know, they set some whack job up that has, like, you know, a whole fucking arsenal in his basement or whatever, and he just goes postal on, you know, like these
two mass shootings, both middle-aged white males.
Which gives
white males, both of them.
Which gives the government and the National Guard the A-OK to pull the trigger, roll in the tanks, and I don't know, man. But this is seriously fucked and creepy because this is worldwide, you know? Like, ain't nobody coming to save anybody. Like, this is like Hunger Games shit, you know? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
You're not a Q person anymore?
I just said JFK Jr.
But you said no one's going to save you. You just said no one's going to be saving anyone.
Oh, well, until Q finally shows up.
I know. I thought you were being sarcastic.
No, he's saying, like, you know, Q needs to show up.
I was being sarcastic because it was already supposed to happen. You know, again.
Yeah, so they always say, like, it's supposed to happen on Easter or it's supposed to happen on blah, blah, blah. Perp walks. Where are the perp walks?
What do you mean I'm a Q person?
No, I thought you were a Q.
He's basically
just because I watched Fall of the Cabal.
Well, you seem pretty hyped after watching
it. Fuck yeah, I was hyped because I even said that I was like, dude, why not? Like this is like the hope right now, right?
Well, I said.
So dude, I'm not.
I was.
Of course, if that happens, you think I'm going to be like, okay,
dude?
Great.
I said
it's about time,
dude. Last summer, I was the biggest fucking QAnon person you would have ever met. But you know what? There's a certain amount of deadlines that don't get met where you're just like, eh. But you know what? You still got to hold out hope. Like John was saying, like, hey, JFK, you know, clock is ticking, man.
Yeah.
Let's, if you're there, show up. Because I don't want to make the hard decision when the Gestapo show up at my front door and try and vaccinate me and my family.
And you know what? I have no reason not to trust the plan right now. Because, again, we're in our Midwest bubble. So, like,
that's true.
We're just getting dark and down on ourselves right now. Like, you know, we've gone to some pretty heavy places.
Yeah, it's true.
And the fucking power is out.
It is out,
I guess. So,
shit, power's out on Davies.
Dude, I was thinking about this. So JFK's Junior's magazine is called George. Do you know what that is for? Is that George Orwell?
It's supposed to be like a fashion. It was supposed to be like a fashion magazine, but
I know it was a fashion magazine, but the name George.
I don't know where George came from.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from.
Okay.
George Orwell.
Because George Orwell, his
1984.
last book that he ever wrote was 1984.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, there's a hilarious meme, it's like, make George Orwell fiction again. Because we're living, he's like, fucking told y'all,
Dude.
like, documentary we're living in right now.
Did you send me that, like, the Walmarts that are doing, like, the weird, like, keep your social distancing and, like,
No,
playing, like,
I put
soft
that on the
music?
Instagram.
Oh, you did
No.
that. Okay, yeah. There's that, and, like, that's what
Like the big 1984 fucking.
Basically.
cops are driving around California, I think, if this is true, doing the same thing. Like,
Well, dude, what
just
about
on
that?
a loudspeaker from inside the...
What about that skate park getting fucking filled in Venice?
And they're digging it out.
Are they?
They're digging...
Dude. Kids are out there fucking digging it out.
Dude,
Are you
they're
serious?
digging out all... Yeah, they're digging out all the
man.
sand. They're just going for it. I saw... Or actually,
That's awesome.
I put it on our story. Like, one dude they flattened it all out, all the sand, and then a dude took a dirt bike in there.
Nice.
So...
That's living it, man.
Dude, yeah, that's... I mean, it's hard to keep, like... Skateboarders are just... They're a bunch of, like, shitty troublemakers that say fuck the police just on the regular anyways. So it's just kind of funny that it's... I guess what's funny about that whole thing is with skateboarding is, like, street skating, like, you wanted to get these bastards off the streets. So then you built them skate parks, and then it's like, so you have no reason to be ruining property. Now just go to the fucking skate park. But now they've even filled in the skate park that they spent taxpayer money to build. Like, this is like the Venice skate park or whatever that they filled in.
Yep.
So now you can't do that either. Like, now it's just stop having fun.
Yeah.
So I guess really maybe what these skateboarders should do is say, okay, fine, fuck the skate park. We'll just go back to the streets. Nobody's working. Nobody's at these office buildings and stuff. Like, nobody's at these plazas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck a skate park. You don't need a skate park to go skateboarding, but that is ridiculous.
I couldn't believe they were spending taxpayer money to fill in these skate parks with sand.
Dude,
that's
just
fucked.
Okay, yeah, we should probably wrap this up pretty soon.
Okay.
But the just, like, sad part about that is that you had watching that video from overhead, I'm sure it was a drone or whatever, is the bulldozer taking heaps of sand from the empty beach and just pouring it into
talk about going, like, stealing
the extra mile.
Yeah, talk about stealing from people.
That's taxpayer money towards the park,
people.
Right?
You're basically, like, telling people, or, like, you're using people's money to bury them. What I'm saying? Like, you're basically like you're suffocating somebody in their own money.
That's pretty symbolic of them pouring sand in the skate park.
Yeah, because you know what? Hey, these beaches are wide open because we told you can't go to these beaches. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and take the sand that you're not using because we told you can't use them, and we're going to fill in the skate park because we told you can't use this fucking skate park. Oh, my God. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, my. It's just, man. I don't know. What have you been listening to? Like, how much, like, conspiracy research do you do? Have you been doing, like, over this kind of time?
7 hours a day.
Putting in the work. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
A lot of it I don't retain because I do have adult ADD. Like, so I'm pretty fucking retarded a lot of times. Mm-hmm. So I do, like, if I'm listening to something, I do only retain about 10% of it. Okay. So I have to listen to stuff like 10. If I want to really retain it, I have to listen to it like 10 times. Yep. But I'll listen to like 17 different podcasts in one day on 17 different subjects, and
they have opposing views.
Yeah, and I won't retain any of it. So I'll just be like, and people could probably hear that in what I say, but like. So I just listen to. It's hard, but there's so much subject out there. It's hard not to listen to all of it, dude. Yeah, I try to take.
Helps.
Yeah,
I do that as well. Yep.
Yeah, I try to take notes, but sometimes it's too lazy. I'm too lazy to even do that. If I'm walking around and like today when I was working in the yard, I was listening to shit all day, but I couldn't like just stop. I couldn't take notes all day. So it's like it's hard. But yeah, dude, I guarantee you, I listen to at least 7 hours of podcast a day.
Wow.
Easily. Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, I'm sure Sarah fucking hates it. Sarah and my kids suffer big time. I'm just like, because I also have like an earbud in one ear at all times. And like sometimes Sarah will say something to me, I'll be like, hold on. Pause. What?
Yeah.
No, I cannot stop and enjoy the day with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to everything that's fucked up everywhere else.
Yeah, you know I'm going fucking knee deep all the time. So
good.
Davies is a fucking chaos or what?
What happened, bro? Okay, we'll how about we
Uh,
end it?
probably cap it off, I guess.
Okay.
Is this a good spot to stop?
You think so?
I mean, it never is.
Well,
It's-
Friday's gonna
yeah.
be.
We'll be back on
phenomenal.
Friday's
Friday.
gonna be turned up. Yeah, this
Yeah,
one
it
was
is.
just
This-
kind of, you know what? Thanks for listening. I mean, this one was kind of a, just kind of us, you know, getting some stuff out. Yeah, this wasn't we had a lot of plans for this episode, and they kind of got derailed last minute. So this is just kind of a off the cuff.
Hey,
You know,
it's good to check in with each other, see where we're all at.
these are hot takes. You know, so don't like. We love everybody out there. I think the message you should take from this is that, you know, we want everybody to band together as one and become one, you know, and not use something like this as divisive and letting it be divisive.
Yeah.
Letting it be divisive is playing into the exact role that they want, that they played out in Event 201. And we, you know, like, you look at 9/11. The one good thing to come out of 9/11 was patriotism was at an all-time high, and everybody was on the same team. And we need to look at this as the same thing, but we need to focus on the true enemy. You know, that the government got us looking at the wrong enemy. You know, we all looked out, you know, in the Middle East and stuff, and but we all need to look at the right enemy, and that's Bill motherfucking Gates and the government, man.
Believe in your fellow man. Check us out on Instagram, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
At Hell to Play Pod. Throw us some shit. Brandon, you can air your grievances. That's at Hell to Play Podcast.
Right. We're always posting the triggerest of memes.
Yeah. And we got some badass holographic stickers. So if you want a sticker, let us know. At Hell to Play Podcast on Instagram.
Hit us up. DM us.
Yeah. Good, Jackson?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, overall, you know, I think it was good for us to get together and
Always
talk to each other, human interaction, real human interaction. And we look forward to Friday's podcast with Zach to talk about more, you know, gun rights.
The amendment.
More of
we'll get some amendment shit, dude.
The
Zach's
physical side of things. Yeah.
At KGB LLC is gonna bring some
heat,
some big heat.
So
yeah, look forward to that. Yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves. You know, we're actually planning ahead, guess ahead. So look out now.
Also, sending love to Ryan, who couldn't be with us tonight.
Ryan, we love you, and we're going to get with you soon.
And Patty Black. We'll be catching up with him soon, too.
Check out Out of Hand Podcast.
Out of Hand Podcast. Yeah, where are you guys? You guys have disappeared.
At Out of Hand, man. What's going on? Check them out at @OV_hand on Instagram, right? Is it Out of Hand?
Out of Hand.
Is it Out of Hand?
Yeah.
Out of Hand. OV, okay. Yeah, just check them out. Out of Hand. Just look them up.
All right,
Out of
peace.
Hand.